Recent trip to Paris Fashion Week. Oh, where she tried to get in with all the top people there but didn't. Oh, Meghan, she just cannot catch a break. Or maybe she keeps walking straight into disasters because what started as a harmless attempt to look chic and understated has now exploded into yet another global fashion fiasco that's dominating headlines and making everyone talk nonstop. And this time, it's not the tabloids throwing shade, it's Balenciaga themselves. Yep, the legendary French luxury house reportedly blocked Meghan Markle, accusing her of blatantly stealing their iconic look. And in the high-stakes world of fashion, that's not something anyone takes lightly. You heard that right. Meghan Markle, self-proclaimed queen of quiet luxury, allegedly crossed a line that even Hollywood's boldest copycats wouldn't dare touch. And when Balenciaga decides to show zero mercy, you know things have officially escalated beyond mere gossip. So, let's rewind and lay out exactly how this all unfolded. Ever the master of reinvention, Meghan decided to relaunch her public image again. She left behind messy podcast drama, lukewarm Netflix buzz, and that questionable lifestyle project that never really gained traction. This time, it was all about the new Meghan, sleek, silent, expensive, the kind of woman whose outfit alone screams power, influence, and sophistication without her ever having to utter a single word. Enter Balenciaga, the brand of minimalist misfits, boundary-pushing designers, and money elites that define what it means to be high-fashion elite in the modern world. Apparently, Meghan has been obsessed for months. Friends say she wants to be the American version of Victoria Beckham meets Cate Blanchett, mixing poise with that untouchable cool factor. Her strategy: dress like a Balenciaga muse without actually paying Balenciaga prices or even asking permission. But if she had asked, somebody would surely have said, "Meghan, that's an absolute no." Fast forward to Paris. Red carpet, the ultimate comeback moment. Meghan shows up in a sculpted gown, exaggerated shoulders, cinched waist, sleek minimalist silhouette. From across the room, it screamed Balenciaga. Fashion insiders whispered, fans whispered, everyone whispered. But here's the bombshell. It wasn't Balenciaga at all. Turns out the gown came from a lesser-known Beverly Hills atelier she had been quietly working with. The resemblance insanely close, too close. Even Balenciaga's creative team noticed, and they were far from impressed. Sources say the PR department felt mocked. The gown mimicked Balenciaga's signature lines, fabric tone, and even the stitching patterns. Meghan wanted the Balenciaga look without actually being Balenciaga, and that's when the chill settled in. Within days of the event, the word spread like wildfire. Balenciaga had officially cut off all communication with Meghan's stylist. Team sources say Meghan's PR reps had reached out earlier this year, trying to form a brand partnership or even borrow pieces for future appearances. But now that door has slammed shut and she's been officially blacklisted, an insider didn't mince words. They're not lending her anything. She's persona non grata in Balenciaga's eyes, and when Meghan found out, she did not take it well. Reports suggest she was absolutely devastated, allegedly breaking down in tears. During a tense meeting with her team, she genuinely thought she had nailed the look. A friend told the Daily Mail that Meghan truly believed this would be her defining moment, her ultimate reinvention. Instead, she's being called a fraud all over again. She's heartbroken. Now, for most celebrities, this might sound like a minor fashion hiccup, but for Meghan, it's a full-blown reputational nightmare. Her brand lately has revolved around taste, refinement, maturity, and exclusivity. Over the past year, she's worked hard to distance herself from the messy public perception of her and Harry as fame chasers. She thought that by embracing quiet luxury, she could completely rewrite the story. But the Balenciaga rejection has thrown a massive wrench in that plan, especially because this scandal didn't just stay confined to fashion insiders. It spread like wildfire across TikTok, celebrity gossip pages, and every fashion forum imaginable. Critics roasted her online, calling it "Look Balenciaga on a budget and wish." Comme couture. One viral tweet read, "Balenciaga saw Meghan's dress and basically said, 'This ain't it, sis.'" Even former Vogue editor Alexander Schulman couldn't resist commenting, calling it a cardinal sin in fashion to copy without credit. Meghan's gown, she said, was a masterclass in imitation gone horribly wrong, and the drama reportedly goes even deeper. Eagle-eyed social media sleuths noticed that Meghan's entire photo shoot for the event seemed to mimic Balenciaga campaign aesthetics. Same muted gray tones, stark backgrounds, cold, detached poses. She didn't just copy the dress, she copied the vibe. Balenciaga insiders found that particularly insulting. The brand invests millions into crafting their visual identity. And when someone lifts that aesthetic without collaboration, it's considered theft, not flattery. It's no wonder the brand's executives allegedly blocked Meghan's team from further contact. Even stylists who have worked with her in the past are quietly stepping back. One Hollywood fashion PR rep told Page Six, "It's bad optics. Nobody wants to get caught in a copyright-style scandal with one of the world's biggest houses." But here's where things get even messier. Meghan's team is pushing back hard. According to new reports, her representatives are insisting that the gown was an original creation inspired by timeless fashion architecture, not a Balenciaga replica. They claim the backlash is overblown and fueled by double standards. Honestly, Meghan might have a point there. Hollywood is full of celebrities who borrow or imitate designer aesthetics all the time. Take Kim Kardashian, for instance. She's copied Mugler, G, and McQueen silhouettes for years. The difference: Kim eventually collaborated with those designers, turning imitation into a mutually beneficial relationship. Meghan, however, went rogue. She tried to be Balenciaga without actually being with Balenciaga, and that's where the trouble started. Still, the public doesn't seem to be buying it. Comments on Meghan's fashion posts have been brutal. "She's always pretending to be something she's not," one fan wrote. Another added, "First the royal act, now the designer act. Even Balenciaga scandals feel more authentic than Meghan's." Ouch. The real kicker came when Meghan's alleged inspiration, a 2021 Balenciaga couture piece famously worn by Nicole Kidman, began trending side by side with Meghan's red carpet photos. The side-by-side comparison was devastating. Identical shoulder structure, sweeping silhouette, and that glossy black finish. Nicole's look read like high art, Meghan's more like the off-brand imitation your cousin buys for prom. That's exactly what made the fashion house furious. In the luxury world, imitation isn't just an insult, it's humiliation. Insiders claim Meghan's stylist is taking the fall, blaming her team. A source revealed that she said, "I trusted their direction and didn't realize how similar it was to Balenciaga's signature cut. But people close to Meghan know the truth. She micromanages everything." She approved the gown, posed for the photos, and planned the rollout herself. So, what's next for Meghan? The fallout is already underway. Word on the street is that other high-end brands are taking note, quietly reconsidering collaborations with her. No one wants drama. One fashion executive said, "She's talented, yes, but unpredictable." The fashion industry runs on subtlety, not scandal. Ironically, that was exactly what Meghan was trying to prove she had mastered. But in attempting to look like she belonged in the elite club of silent style icons, she may have locked herself out completely. And as one fashion critic put it perfectly, you can't buy grace and you can't fake exclusivity. Meghan keeps trying to do both, and the fashion world sees right through it. The question now is, will she ever recover her credibility in the luxury world? Or has Balenciaga's brutal block become the final stamp of exile from the high fashion circle? She so desperately wanted to join the elite club because if there's one thing worse than being mocked by the tabloids, it's being completely ignored by the designers, and in Meghan's world, that silence might just sting the most. Fallout from Meghan Markle's Balenciaga blunder didn't just end with a few snarky tweets or think pieces by fashion editors. Oh no, it's snowballing into something much bigger, something that's starting to bruise her brand for real. Because while Meghan thought she was channeling quiet luxury, what she really unleashed was quiet humiliation, the kind that shadows you at every red carpet, every PR meeting, every single photo shoot for years to come. According to multiple insiders, Meghan hasn't taken it well, not one bit. After the story went viral, she reportedly went into full crisis mode at her Montecito mansion. One insider close to her camp told Radar Online that she was pacing the floors, crying, demanding to know who leaked the story about Balenciaga blocking her. She's convinced someone on her team is sabotaging her image. Sound familiar? That's straight out of Meghan's old Hollywood playbook. When things go wrong, find the leak and plug it. Only this time, there's no palace staff to blame, no royal aides to fire. This is her own team, handpicked, trusted, carefully curated, and yet they couldn't save her from herself. Apparently, Meghan called an emergency Zoom with her publicists and stylists just hours after the Balenciaga snub made headlines. Sources say she was furious that the issue wasn't handled strategically before exploding online. One insider claimed she shouted, "Why wasn't this spun as a tribute? We could have framed it as flattery, not theft." Meghan Markle was trying to give her followers an exclusive peek at her Paris Fashion Week debut, but the problem was the receipts, the side comparisons plastered all over the internet. Even die-hard Sussex supporters are finding it hard to defend her this time. Social media flooded with memes comparing Meghan's imitation gown to knockoff designer bags you'd find on Canal Street. Ouch, and it's not just the internet trolls piling on. Fashion journalists are too. Ella ran a piece titled, "When Inspiration Crosses the Line," subtly shading Meghan for borrowing heavily from established fashion houses while claiming originality. Vogue Australia, which once featured her glowing guest editorship back in 2019, quietly removed a planned style comeback feature that was supposed to celebrate Meghan's triumphant return to the red carpet. Relevance? Yep, even Vogue ghosted her. And if you think it stops there, think again. Balenciaga's silent treatment seems to have triggered a domino effect. Insiders say other elite brands, Dior, Chanel, even Stella McCartney, are watching cautiously. Apparently, fashion executives are wary of associating with someone seen as unpredictable or controversial in the luxury world. A London-based PR consultant put it bluntly, fashion thrives on relationships and subtlety. Meghan's problem is that she keeps trying to force her way in, pushing collaborations instead of letting them happen naturally. That's not elegance, that's desperation. Now, if this were any other celebrity, maybe the scandal would fade in a week. But this is Meghan Markle, the woman who built her entire post-royal persona around image. And yet, every public appearance since then seems to show a woman desperate to be someone else, a self-proclaimed global tastemaker. But when you try to wear too many crowns at once, you risk dropping them all. And that's exactly what's happening now. Harry, of course, is reportedly trying to be supportive, though friends say he's growing tired of these recurring PR fiascos. One close source told the Mirror he keeps telling Meghan to focus on the positive. But she's obsessed with the optics. Every little critique feels like betrayal to her. Apparently, Meghan even wanted to issue a statement addressing the Balenciaga controversy, insisting that her dress was an homage, not imitation, but her advisor shot it down, warning that responding would only keep the story alive, and they were right. But that didn't stop Meghan from privately venting. She feels punished for merely wanting to belong. Another insider revealed in her mind, fashion houses should be grateful she even wears their style. She sees herself as a global brand, not someone who needs their validation. That might be true in her head, but in reality, Hollywood and especially the fashion world runs on reputation. Once designers think you're a liability, climbing back is nearly impossible. Just ask any star who's ever fallen out of favor with couture. And to make matters worse, Balenciaga's alleged block has now become meme fuel. TikTok users are posting skits titled "When Balenciaga Ghosts," complete with fake emails and dramatic music. One viral video even showed someone in a garbage bag dress, captioned, "When you can't afford Balenciaga, just pull a Meghan." Even the Late Show got in a jab. One host joked, Meghan Markle's dress looked so much like Balenciaga, even the label was confused. The audience roared, humiliating, absolutely. But maybe this is the wake-up call Meghan never wanted but badly needed. Because beneath all the glamour and carefully curated aesthetics, there's a woman who's been trying to outrun rejection from the royals, from Hollywood, from the media, and now even from the fashion elite. And for someone who prides herself on control, being publicly blocked might be the ultimate loss of power. Insiders close to Meghan say she's now reconsidering her entire branding strategy. She's reportedly pulling back from upcoming public appearances and is instead focusing on damage control. Some say she's planning to pivot back toward charity events and women's empowerment causes, trying to rebuild credibility in the spaces where her carefully crafted image has started to crack. But even that move has skeptics. One royal commentator told GB News, every time Meghan's projects stumble, she runs back to the humanitarian angle. It's a pattern and people see through it now. Still, Meghan is nothing if not resilient. She's bounced back from worse before: the Oprah interview backlash, the Spotify debacle, even the endless Netflix criticism. Yet, this one feels different. This time, it isn't about gossip or politics, it's about respect. And in the world Meghan so desperately wants to dominate, the world of luxury, image, and exclusivity, respect isn't earned through headlines. It's earned through humility, through collaboration, and through knowing when to stop performing for the cameras. Maybe one day she'll understand that the quietest luxury of all is authenticity. But for now, as Parisian fashion elite sip champagne at their next runway show, Meghan Markle's name will be whispered, not as a muse, but as a warning. And if you've been following this drama as closely as we have, you already know how messy it's gotten. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more inside scoops, and share it with anyone who loves royal and fashion scandals. Don't forget to drop a comment below letting us know what you think. Can Meghan ever truly climb back into the world of luxury?